Alright, 501st Spartan here. This is my second video of 40k, and this time I'm just gonna explain for those new players out there what we need for Warhammer 40k. And it is daunting sometimes to say that, okay, you're gonna need a lot of money. Yes, that is true, but there's also ways how to avoid to pay as much as retail price. So begin with the basics. The first thing you'll need is you're gonna need the rulebook. Now, this is the 5th edition, limited edition rulebook for 40k, and it's pretty fancy. So you could go as high as this. I know there's a 6th edition rulebook that is limited edition as well, but it's almost impossible to find. I know my store has one, but they're charging $150. I may buy it later on because they have 15% off. So yeah, you're gonna need a big rule book. It's basically, the rule book includes all the rules, includes the fluff for almost every single army, except for Sisters of Battle. They don't really give that much fluff. And what you play, how to play, where to play, and all that stuff. And some examples of like paintings and some stuff. Now, there is a shorter version. This is the current one, the 6th edition. This is the short version that excludes all the fluff but has all your rules. Every rule you need to play, there it is. Now, since you have this you get it with the Dark Vengeance starter set. It comes with Chaos and Dark Angels, which is Space Marine. It's a Space Marine chapter specific. So it comes with that. Alongside, it will be coming with templates. These two, this is a small blast template, this is a large blast template. Basically, it signifies how many people are gonna die within the template here. And this is I think this is like a 2-inch radius. This is 1-inch radius and 2.5-inch radius. And this is a flame template. Any flame weapons, or like most of the flame weapons, you burn the living crap out of them with this thing. So it's pretty nice. This is around 8 inches. So yeah, everything works in inches, just letting you know. So that's easier. So whenever you go, you're gonna need a tape measure. I'd say metric tape, not really the greatest thing, because 1, it's difficult to find metric tape. 2, you don't need it. So you're gonna need everything in inches. I like having a big tape measure because, well, I like big tape measures, but it's really good. You could use like a ruler if you want, but some stuff goes up to like 4 feet, 8 feet sometimes. But it's good to have like more than that, so that way, in the case of apocalypse games, you're ready for that. So you're gonna need those. You're gonna need dice. There's 2 different types of dice that is mostly common use. Your normal D6, your 6-sided dice. And you will have this special dice called a scatter die. This is for these template weapons, these 2 template weapons to be exact. And it signifies how much this is scatter, it deviates. And there's a direct hit thing. So you get 2 chances of direct hit, everything else it deviates wherever it's supposed to be shooting at. Once you're done having all that, you could finally move on to what army do you want to choose. Now, the 2 armies I really like, I always suggest new players to play Imperium armies. And because, well, first, I do like the Imperium a lot. I like being the good guys, and, well, they're sort of good guys. They're kind of there, just being the protagonist of the whole 40k universe. So, I like the Space Marines, I like the Imperial Guard. I still like the Imperial Guard as much as the Space Marines. I don't know why. I really do like. So we call this Space Marine Codex Vanilla Marines because it tells about all the Space Marines in general, mostly Ultramarines, which I don't really like that much. Their blue is too light bluish, and I don't like it. And but there are other chapters that have their own specific codices. I'm sorry. And they're like Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Black Templar, and Space Wolves. Now, Blood Angels and Space Wolves are really competitive, but I like having fun more than just competition. I do like being competitive, but I also like my fun. So, yeah. And the good way how to buy these, I suggest go to eBay, look for the Warhammer 40k codex that you will like, and what army would you like to play. So, find there. I would suggest bid for it. That way you don't have to buy them like really expensive, because for this one I bought it for $33 directly from the Games Workshop store. Well, that is like 45 miles away from my house. And this one I bought it when it came out. No, actually no, I lied. This one when I bought it as soon as I got back into 40k in February. And I got it for a good price. I got it for like $21. Although it's a little damaged. But yeah, all my rules are here for my Space Marine army. And I'll be covering the Space Marine army first as tactics, and later on the Imperial Guard, and after that Chaos Space Marines. Now, Chaos Space Marines, I don't have the codex. I always borrow it from someone, and because right now it's $50 for the new 6th edition codices. So the good thing I would always suggest, which is buy it on eBay. There's sometimes I could find them for $40, but it's still $40. So the point is to have more miniatures on the field. And as you can see here, you also need game board. If you don't know how to make game boards, it's not that difficult. I did 6 game boards in the past. This is the one I'm currently working with. This is a snow game board that I just finished like 3-4 weeks ago. So it's really nice. Still, I need to do 4 more of these. I'm gonna make a 4x4 instead of a 6x4. So, and when I mean 6x4, I mean 6x4 feet. So, also you might need a calculator just to get those pesky points in your army, because you're gonna need your army is based on points. So a point system is always necessary. So yeah. And you got to keep track of your points. You got to add them quick, and then you might as well type them up or write it in a paper. Just write everything you can, and make sure that you have that. And for every game, and you say, "Hey, I got my 1,500 point list. Okay, here you go." So yeah. So yeah, those are basic essentials. Now here on, if you do not like to buy a game board directly from Games Workshop, which is I think ridiculously really expensive, $300 for 6 pieces of plastic. You could make yours by going to Home Depot and buying yourselves separate pieces of wood. I buy 2x2s because they're easier to make and they're not as expensive as plastic. So, and you could do however you would like. I will do game board tutorials pretty soon, especially in this one, since I'm working on this, and this is only one of them. I have 3 more to go, so I'll be telling you exactly what to do step by step on these. And I'm probably going to edit that video because as you can see, I'm really lazy and I do not edit my videos so much. So yeah. Now if you do not like to buy terrain, I always say you could always make some. You could always make some. If you could see here, I just picked these up today actually from college, because some people just threw away boxes of Dell computers, and I found these inside of it, and they pretty much look like buildings. So let me see. Yeah, they look like buildings. So I'm gonna work on them, and I'm probably gonna do a tutorial on these ones and see. So the overall product, you'll have something like this. Something made out of cardboard. It's nice. It's okay, I guess. Not the best thing. But then I finished this 2 years ago. Yeah, when I had nothing better to do. So all I need is detail painting, and that's it. And yeah, this for example, it's a bunker, small bunker. You can make your own stuff out of the little things. All you need to do is spray paint it, plug some holes before it's painting it, and boop, there you go. You have that. And yeah, it opens perfectly. So yeah. And it says put your life on it. I don't know. Don't ask me. I didn't put that. That came with a damn box, so oh well. But yeah, overall you could make small terrain sets like that. You don't have to play this big fancy large army at first. Whenever you start, I suggest starting with an HQ. Let me bring one of these. I bought this one on eBay. It's an old model from 2nd edition. It's actually, it looks like Captain Sicarius, but really badly painted. So I didn't paint this myself. So you need an HQ and 2 squads of troops for every game in 40k. So what I always say is look for an HQ that really you will like. Not just effectiveness of how you are gonna play it, but aesthetically, would you like it or not. So I'll be reviewing Space Marine Captains and all that in Chapter Masters later. So look for one that you will really like. You look for how you're gonna play, how you're gonna paint them, and how you're gonna use them in battle. So yeah. And you're gonna need like 2 troops. So in this case, if I'm going with Space Marines, I will like a captain and 2 Space Marine squads, or even 2 Scout Marine squads. They will work. Okay, I put them in and just get them. Now, if you want to go a little bit big, I always suggest go into $100 consistency. So every time you want to get something, just think of you have $100 in budget. And make sure you do not spend more than that. You could go up to 90. I always suggest go high, but not to the point of that you'll reach your budget. That way, you have extra money for later on, more stuff or other stuff. So you don't have to buy in your retail store. I always like watching and checking stuff in my retail store, but when to buy stuff, I suggest go to eBay. There's always a good deal every time I go there, and I always want to buy everything there. So, eBay's a good place. Whenever a store has discounts or it's about to close, unfortunately, yeah, go grab as much stuff as you can with your budget, and make sure you don't run overboard. And look at the stuff you will like. And if you're buying on eBay, I strongly suggest do not buy Epic 40k. This is Warhammer 40k. Or 40,000, whatever you want to call it. There's something called Epic 40,000 or Epic 40k. It's basically Warhammer 40k tank battles. They're like little miniature tanks. Like about this size, so 2 dice. And you have a bunch of them. So do not buy those because those are really small. They're not up to the size of the real things. Like, I could show you. Here, let me show you my Vendetta. This is my converted Vendetta because I'm not buying stuff from Forge World because I don't have that much money. I'm a cheap asshole. I'm sorry, guys. And I like doing conversions. That's the fun of the hobby. That's the purpose of the hobby as well. To do creativity. So, be creative in your stuff. Imagine things sometimes. Oh yeah, look at that. So if you know what that is, then yeah, you're pretty awesome. So yeah, make sure you find good deals. Make sure you do expend your money appropriately. That way you have more miniatures and more things to play with. And also you have your books, your codex, your rule book, and all your supplies. So yeah. That's how I would suggest to start with 40k, because if you start 40k how I did, yeah, you're gonna have a mess of just getting everything and then you're not gonna use like 60% of it. Or you buy too many miniatures at retail price that you can't buy like vehicles and other stuff and even terrain. I only bought like an Aegis defense line. That's it. That's the only terrain I actually bought. But everything else, I make my own. I'm going to start making more for terrain tutorials and all that stuff. And if you would like one of these, I think I'm going to keep one of each because there's 2 different kinds. So I may keep one of each. So if you would like one of each, I don't know. I could probably sell if I'm done or if I don't want it anymore. So yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Next video we'll be talking about additional stuff like brushes and paints. So, oh, and things to carry your stuff with. Alright, see you guys later.